Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. No, serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
And that hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
I'm aware of the controversy that does exist between the name The Game and K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar, with this King of Compton concept that Game has seemingly caused the hip-hop public to speak on, guess about, debate about who has Kendrick been, I guess, appropriate in the way he acknowledges or doesn't acknowledge Game, since he's risen to be the most popular rapper from Compton. Game has made statements in recent years that he's the dopest rapper in Compton. It's often been a debate if he's insinuating that toward Kendrick. I think at times he said some lyrics recently where they say, okay, he's made it clear that K-Dot is included in these statements, but we all know about what K-Dot went through with Drake. And I believe Game remained friendly with Drake throughout all that. So when I scroll the dope-ass thumbnail, when I scroll through and see this thumbnail, and it says Game's embarrassing campaign to basically support Drake's Iceman, I just thought it might be good content for the black box. See the angle, what's the perspective? So with no further ado, see what The Game and the Iceman have been up to.
Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So we got The Game, the next person on board of the campaign for Drizzy to come back and make that Iceman album, huh? Now, The Game for a while has been playing on Team OVO, but I find it interesting in this new comment that he's deciding to speak up now again.
So The Game claims that Drake's absence from hip-hop has had a negative impact on the genre, and he said specifically, y'all ain't appreciate one of the greatest. Now the absence and silence has the art form down 50%.
What do y'all think about that? Do y'all tend to agree with The Game, or does this seem to be misplaced affection?
And I couldn't agree more. I think what people took for granted about Drake being the #1 guy in rap and hip hop was that he wasn't just a rap and hip hop guy. He was a pop star that whenever he would go and do these big records like a One Dance that would get all this national attention, he would also still go and do songs with guys like Block Boy JB, songs like I Love McConan, and still go and do collab tapes with guys like Future that at the end of the day is bringing all that attention he's getting from all the success that he has back into the hip hop genre. And at the moment, I would assume Kendrick Lamar is like the face of rap right now. And I don't think he's doing a good job holding that torch at all. He's giving us way less music than I think the genre needs right now.
I don't understand how he can speak from a perspective as if there is an official shift from hip hop. Like, okay, no, now it's Kendrick. Nah, all this is people's choice. They both benefit from the machine. I think this is the most people's choice era we can witness when two people who are benefiting from the same machine, as a matter of fact, are going at each other. Usually someone benefits from the machine more than the other, and we have a lopsided affair. I'm just saying.
And I don't know if this is going to be a hot take or not, but I just don't think Kendrick Lamar is nearly as good as an artist as Drake. You could say what you want about his rapping technical skills and that he's better than Drake in that category, but he's never been a better artist than Drake. Whenever Kendrick Lamar gets on these...
May truly be a fact. However, they had a battle rap, not an artist battle. They had a rap battle. It was a rap battle of MCs. And maybe if Drake was more focused on being an MC, he would have been more effective as an MC. This was not a battle of artistry in general. It was a rap battle of traditional bars.
Songs nowadays, which again, he barely does. A song like Mojo Dojo is ass. Kendrick Lamar's terrible on this song. I don't think Kendrick Lamar fits being the ambassador of rap like a Kanye West once was.
You not. It ain't what he was. He told y'all they not like us. That's what y'all do. For a moment, for a time, for now, Kendrick is caused raw hip hop to be celebrated over developed artistry. It's just a raw form of the art form.
Where he can give you great hip hop songs like Big Brother and still give you hits like Can't Tell Me Nothing.
So maybe Game has changed his mind. Nah, probably not. He did a recent interview where they questioned him about the Kendrick line in your Gangsta Grills mixtape. At first, it was all about throwing subs, and then he was the best rapper in Compton, and then now he's just calling Kendrick by name. Let's see what he says about addressing the bar that calls out Kendrick.
When do the rappers say I'm not who I am? Any of them.
Your peers don't
Any
say
of
that.
them.
Whoa. I'm a rapper. Me and Game cool after years of not being cool. But however, I do declare that there's been a lack of authenticity, transparency, and realness associated with Game's image publicly for quite some time. I'm not going to start the debate, but just the fact that the question was asked, I would be one rapper who would have to disagree with quite a few things Game is claimed to be. Oh, my mama.
Hove ain't gonna tell you that, bro. That's the top of the top. When we talking about somebody who's acclimated, like, you know,
His name
that,
Hov for a reason.
on that level.
That's
Bro, that dude tried to get Hove's attention for an extremely long time, unsuccessfully. Now, I may be unaware that he eventually maybe have landed some attention from Hove, but when we were more current, bro, he did everything disrespectful, take it back, go back disrespectful, said his name a million times, and Hove dissed him by not saying his name and referencing him in a bar, I think on Tim Westwood. It was quite some time ago, so I might be calling the details slightly incorrect, but dude did some very extremely desperate things at one point to get Hove's attention, and it didn't work.
this line for us from whatever on Gangsta Grills. If I ain't the best rapper from Compton, it's got to be Kendrick. And if Kendrick is the best rapper, tell him to step up and end it.
Yeah. So basically, it just goes back 2 minutes to what we was just talking about. Like, if I'm not the best, number one, let's get this out the way. If you don't think you're the best at what you do,
Why are you doing it?
why are you doing it?
Right.
Who are you? And I would never, if I was Matt Barnes and I'm on the court with Kobe, it's no way I'm telling Kobe he's better than me, letting him think that he's better than me. I'm not gonna go home and look my sons in the eye and be like, yeah, Kobe's just better than your dad. Like, who does that, bro?
Is that the mic coming off his glasses, or what is that?
What type of man does that? So number one, Kendrick came up, right? I embraced him when he came up. I helped him and Top Dog get into a better position, whether it was.
And I don't want to be argumentative, but I have an experience, a history with Top Dog where I don't know what happened after a certain amount of time, but I could imagine Top Dog would say that's not true if he was keeping it honest. I don't know where Game gets, maybe there's something took place. I can recall when Top Dog was extremely disappointed and frustrated with the lack of support the Game was giving TDE, and me with less resources, but more, I was more owned than TDE at the time. Top Dog was extremely grateful for me for extending whatever type of support I could, shouting out he and his artist and his label every time I was on a large platform. And this is what was lacking from Game at the time, and he was quite upset about it. I can recall. Facts.
You know, like, I'm not taking responsibility for their rise. Like, Top Dog really grinded Top Dog Entertainment out. Kendrick really wanted to be where he is today. And I knew he would get there. I was just a helping hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But so all I'm saying is that I'm the best rapper from Compton.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not,
Show me.
just spar with me. I'm
the best rapper from Compton, to be honest. I was born in Compton. It actually says it on my birth certificate. It don't say city. It says town. I think town is even spelled with an E. But I was born at Dominguez Valley Hospital, one of the last people to be able to be claimed to be born in Compton, unless you were born outside of a hospital. Because shortly after I was born, that hospital, the last hospital in Compton, was demolished. So yeah, I was born in Compton, a lifelong resident of Compton, 49 years. So I met Game battling, and I won. Then there is a series of mixtapes that is a battle of between Game and myself. He did a couple of songs. I did a couple of tapes. Banger Doses, the series. Go check it out.
Yo, I'm your bro.
Mhm.
Just spar with me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like I said, no rapper, and I'm not threatening nobody or saying nothing. I'm saying it's about rap. I'm not gonna see niggas and beat you up. Like it's just, and I'm not talking about Kendrick. I'm talking about everybody on a broad scale. It's just like if you can out rap me,
Mhm.
because I'm here and I know that it's
I've done that before on multiple occasions, respectfully.
just not possible
Mhm.
because I'm not
Played him in Madden, beat him 100% of the time as well. Even though it was only one time we played on Brazil. Oh, blah, 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 but he was hot too.
gonna stop until I see quote unquote blood, on the microphone.
Now, is this game starving for attention from K Dot? How does K Dot feel about all of this subbing and calling him out, talking about he's the best rapper? Do you think there's any rumblings about how he feels about this? So it seems some TDE affiliates might feel some type of way, as well as Kendrick. Let's see what the dialogue is saying and what the fans saying about the game, attention-seeking activities.
But the game, bro, where do I start with this? One, he did not sound as confident as he did sitting in front of Shannon Sharp. When they brought Kendrick up, he downplayed his own pen to big Kendrick's up. He said, yeah, I got punchlines and bars. It might go over your head for a week and then you catch it. Kendrick, you might got to come back 3, 4, 5 years to catch his lines. And he was just really hyping Kendrick all the way up. But what I found interesting, a lot of the TDE artists and affiliates got in the comments once these clips started going crazy, and low-key was dissing Game. Now, a lot of people are saying, Kendrick,
Rock know that early on support TDE received from artists that had a deal on the West Coast was extremely more coming from Spotter Low than it was coming from the Game. Oh, my mama. J-Rock no, K-Dot no, Top Dog no, 2 T's no, Musa no. Facts.
Not tripping, nah, bro. Kendrick, he's an artist. So if you saying his pen take 4 to 5 years to break down, you think he not catching what we catching? You could come out in an interview and say you're not dissing him, but that nigga know. His camp know. They know what's going on. You feel me? So
no, he got amongst the real ones who can really go talk to the ones that was over there and bring up the game. Like,
it's not a compliment to say like it takes more time to break your shit down.
What I'm saying is in front of Shannon,
it is a compliment.
Short.
He was saying he's the best.
I'm the best out of Compton, out of anybody. But here he's like,
How he's explaining what he means, saying everybody should feel that way, which is an age-old adage. Anytime you're in any type of competitive arena, you are taught and told you should feel as if you're the best, especially in hip-hop. But there's a different sense of air and arrogance when Game says it about K-Dot. I think that's everybody takes it more sensitively.
But to the point on there, he still said he felt like he was the best.
But what I'm saying, it didn't have the same
peacocking harder on
confidence. Exactly. His chest was out over there. Over here, he kind of was
can I tell you something? I think this is my humble opinion with Game. Game is a talented artist, but really the support on the West Coast ain't there for him no more. He's like the cool homie who ain't got no more friends now. Like, he wasn't invited at the pop-out. He wasn't invited at the Super Bowl. And these are cats that you came up with. And they all successful. Ain't nobody really rocking with Game like how everybody else is. Game is like the cool kid that's being left out.
That's a good point. But then he low-key,
he went from saying I didn't want to go to the pop out to I could have came if I wanted to, but the home, I got homies that's go ride out. But it was different. We all know what was up.
That was
you know what was crazy about that?
But it killed it when T-Rail told him this was about unity. So now to the point that throws that all out the window.
To me, that's how you know he didn't know if he was invited or not.
Even if all it is, because what he's saying, and I'm gonna give him grace, because what he's saying, it could be something. If you a person that know you're gonna crash out, then that's a different story.
No, bro.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is if you really have what you say is a situation where I'm going to go here and I respect what Kendrick is doing, but if I go there, I'm not going to be on that type of time.
No, that's cap.
So they're saying that it feels like Game has lost a lot of the support from the West Coast. He's the favorite rapper that nobody wants to hang around anymore. Now he's used to be the cool kid. Now he's the old cool kid from the graduation class. This is a new school, and he's not invited to the party. What do you make of this about this latest Game situation? You tell me. Put your comments below. Let's talk.
Man, I just think Game is putting a little too much emphasis on what it means to be a rapper, a good rapper, the best rapper, a better rapper. I think if he focused a little more on being a good person to his peers, perhaps his relevance would be at a higher level, perhaps at a level that he appreciates. Humility goes a long way. Oh, my mama.
Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. You know, serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
You wasn't that person. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.